Are you struggling to scale? Do you wonder, what the heck is wrong with me? Why am I not growing? Why am I capped at this same download number or these same audience members, this same number in my Facebook community? Why am I capped at revenue? Why am I not increasing and growing my business? Friend, today you're in luck because we're going to be going over that. I've been able to scale this particular business that I have been working in for the past 6 years to a 7-figure company from zero. So I'm going to be walking through some reasons why your business is not scaling today. So grab that notebook and pen. Let's dive in. Are you ready to grow your online business, make consistent income, start a successful podcast? Welcome to Online Business for Christian Women with Stephanie Gass. It's time to grow, girl. Hi, I'm Stephanie Gass. I am a 7-figure business owner, and that 7 figures has come from my podcast, Crazy Town. So if you are not subscribed to the show, head on over there right now, Online Business for Christian Women with Stephanie Gass, anywhere that you listen to shows, and go ahead and binge listen to these 750 plus episodes that are going to help you have a God-honoring, fruitful, successful business in less time. And also, if you are new to this channel, be sure that you like, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so that you never miss another video. Let's get into it. Okay, what are the reasons that you're not scaling? Number one is that you might be niched out way too far. What does that mean? Well, it means that instead of having a brand specifically around the custom soaps that you make for kids who have eczema, you have a beauty brand, and your beauty brand talks about makeup and hair and bath products and natural clean house products and also the soaps that you actually want to sell, right? So we have to take this big lifestyle brand that so many of you think is going to actually grow your business faster, and we need to pare it all the way down into that little pocket that you are going to serve. I teach my students how to create the micro, niche, whatever. I say them both because I can't decide, okay? So what you really want to ask yourself to put your brand through the niche test is, number one, what is my segment of the market? Am I in beauty? Am I in relationship? Am I in Christian life coaching? Am I in home management? Am I in financial services? That's your segment. The next thing that you want to do is go one layer deeper and ask, what is my identifier inside of this segment? So for example, if you chose beauty, inside of that, you're going to say, I'm going to specifically do natural soaps. I'm going to specifically do handcrafted organic soap. Then the third thing is to say your who. Now, 95% of the time, you guys, that third thing, that micro niche, that third level is going to be the who for you. 5% of you can do a second level identifier. I'll give an example in a minute. So in my beauty, handcrafted organic soap, and then kids with eczema, now I have a pocket that I can actually scale. You will not scale. Hear me. You will not scale when you are talking to everybody, okay? You are not Joe Rogan. You are not Jenna Kutcher yet. Go ahead and put a pin in that one. Hopefully, eventually you can be a lifestyle brand. But today, ain't it? We've got to scale and grow because we are going to be the biggest fish in our small pond. Now, those of you that feel like I'm stifling you right now, it's okay. When you capitalize and fully blow out that market, you're going to take a step outward. Cool? So now for the 5% of you who can't have a who for whatever reason, you're just going to take it that next layer even deeper inside of the identifier. So it would be something like, I'm going to do Christian women, and then that's an identifier. See, this is tough. I'm going to do life coaching, and then I'm going to do specifically relationship coaching. And then because it can't be potentially a guy or girl, I want to do both. I want to do couples. Your next level might be like Christian biblical life coaching or something like that. So you can also pare down that identifier if you can't have the who. All right, number 2, the second thing that might be keeping you from scaling is crappy content. Ooh, yes, I just called it out. Crappy content. Sorry, not sorry. Look, if you want to scale, you have to have your top of funnel, which if you've been hanging out with me for any length of time, you know it's your podcast. Yes or yes. Podcasting is how we actually grow our lead gen all the way up through six figures, friends. Like, there's no need to be repurposing in all the places until your podcast is really set and it is really income producing. Then we take that next step outward, right? I did not start blogging until I was a six-figure business. I did not start a YouTube channel until I was a seven-figure business. I let the podcast be my bread and butter all the way through and through, because podcasting is what creates the most conversion. Podcasting is the cheapest. It's the most time efficient thing for you to do. It has the least saturation. Just listen to me, Linda, Lola, okay? And if you were like, could podcasting actually be the vessel for me? Go check out my workshop, podcastforgrowth.com, and see if that's right for you. Okay, so we can't have crappy content. What does that mean? That means we're putting out 90-second reels. I don't even know if that's the amount of time that they are, but you're putting out reels. Reels are not going to be great content for somebody to actually go change their life. You know what I'm saying? We can't throw out a random video here or there that is completely bad lighting, completely unedited. We can't put a podcast out whenever we feel like it. You have to understand that if you want to blow it up, you want to scale, you have to be consistently in their face over and over and over again, giving and giving and giving that value, teaching them something that they need to know. This doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be long. It can be a 5-minute powerful tip that you give once or twice a week. It can be a 10-minute powerful podcast episode. You can do interviews. It doesn't matter, but it's about consistency. It's about really teaching them something of value. It's about reaching their heart, and it's about that storytelling, that connection that's going to create that trust and authenticity with your person. So don't put out crappy content. Number 3, the third thing keeping you from scaling is your lack of systems. Look, if you're anybody here, y'all can hit 6 figures by yourself. You can go solopreneur and hustle mode and hit it. Like, I've done it multiple times in my life. I've been a 6-figure business owner in multiple different businesses. And I always did it on the back of striving, on the back of hustle, on the back of 24/7 showing up. Where I am today, I'm like, okay, look, like, don't do what Steph did. Do what I'm telling you to do now, because now I'm on the other side of that. And I know that, like, it didn't have to be that way. It didn't have to be so hard. But I just want to say we can all get there through just like blood, sweat, and tears and grit. And if that's where how you want to get there, and you have to get there, I see you, and great. Like, you're going to learn so many amazing lessons through that. However, once you really get to that 6-figure level, and I honestly don't recommend doing that. I recommend moving slowly to grow fast. I recommend maybe getting an intern or 2 into your company to help you, seeing if you can hire. We'll talk about team in a second here, but seeing if you can hire some help, right? And really figuring out a way to lock in your systems from day one. There's no need for you to build a business using checklists. I'm about to blow your mind, so hold on to your seat. There's no reason to build a business using checklists. There's no way that you're going to pass that 6-figure mark if you don't have systems. What's a system? I used to ask, I don't get it. What's a system? I used to ask, I don't get it. What's an operating system? I don't know what that means. And so we started just creating these. Once I had a couple team members, we used Asana, which are basically glorified lists, right? Like, it's just, and everything started to feel messy and confusing. I didn't know when I sat down to work what I was supposed to be working on. I had no idea. I was very confused. So what we did is we invested in ourselves, which is a bonus tip that I didn't write down for you, but go ahead and write that on your sheet of paper. I must invest in myself. If you're not scaling, that could be why, because you need to learn from somebody who can take you to that next level, who has the thing that you need to blow the lid off of where you are. So I invested in myself with a coach, and I'll put the information below, a systems coach that helped me build an operating system inside my company. That system took us from multi-6-figure to 7-figure in a year. Systems are key. Okay, the fourth thing that could be keeping you from scaling is no team. So speaking of team, there is zero chance. Like, y'all can prove me wrong. Go right ahead and try. But there is zero chance that you are going to grow a multi-6-figure or 7-figure company without completely burning out, getting sick, like ruining your family if you don't have a team. And we have to start getting resourceful. I understand like times are hard. I understand profit margins are smaller than what they used to be. I understand that. I've been an entrepreneur for 15 years. Like I've been in it with you. I'm still in it with you. I understand. However, until I started to delegate, until I started to relinquish control, I continued to stay stuck. Until I hired someone in my company to help me in operations, because that's not where my skill set lies. I'm the doer. I'm the sales guru. I'm the visionary, right? I can't necessarily sit down and get into the details and do all of that operational excellence that needs to happen to grow a 7-figure and multi-7-figure company. It's not my skill set. So I needed to get out of my own way and hire somebody and trust that God was going to provide the provision. He was going to provide the person. He was going to provide the course we needed to take, the coach we needed to hire to learn how to become an operationally excellent company. And so I did. And it's amazing. And then my next hire, right? I had to hire people to help me manage my group coaching program because I couldn't do it all alone. Now I have 4 coaches. Then I had to finally hire somebody in the marketing department to help me. I have a marketing manager now. This whole hiring process, granted, has been an evolution over 6 years, but it started with hire number 1, which is a virtual assistant, like 8 years ago. So if you know, I am making profit in my business, but yet I'm not scaling, and then you look around and notice that nobody's running this race with you, that's it. If you look around and go, oh, wow, like I do have a couple people running the race with me, but we're just a hot mess. We're just constantly on the phone with each other. We're constantly frustrated and confused. You have no systems. If you get in there and you look around and everybody's here and you do have systems, but you don't know what to do, it's time to invest in yourself. You need to get a coach. You need to take a course. You need to figure that next thing out you're supposed to be doing to grow and scale. If you look around and you realize that you're not putting out consistent content or your content is not highly desired, you've got crappy content syndrome. You got to up-level your content. Also, like back to that crappy content one, if I could just give you a tip here of how to actually fix that, I want you to get into 5 calls with your ideal avatar and ask them, what is your number 1 problem right now? What are you struggling with the absolute most right now? Let them talk, write it down, and then go create 60 days worth of content specifically around those conversations you had with 5 people. Watch it blow up, because now you're in her brain or his brain and you're really understanding what their problem actually is instead of what you think it is. That'll solve your crappy content problem. Also, stop showing up everywhere. Pick one place to show up. What is your long form? Where are you going to actually show up and pour out? Podcasting is where I have my students do it. It's a non-negotiable. Okay, the last one. The final reason that you are not scaling is you're slacking on sales and or you have offer confusion. This means you've created an offer, you've got team, you have systems, you're investing in yourself, and you're still not actively marketing and selling your offer. I see this all the time when students come into my group coaching program, Podcast to Profit. They're like, I have an offer, it's here, everything's great, but like I'm not selling. And I ask them, how often are you marketing this on your podcast? And they're like, once a month. Hard no. Like we have to sell every single episode with intentionality. You have to understand that if you're putting out amazing, life-altering content, why wouldn't you sell your offer? People are begging for it. Let me tell you guys a story. I used to watch this chick on YouTube because she had amazing meal prep. She took us through the kitchen and I just love to watch food videos. They're my favorite. I'm all about clean eating and whole foods and high protein and all the things and meal prep. So I'm watching these videos. This chick would never sell. I had to find her website, dig through her website. I finally found a free thing, got the free. I'm just literally begging to her to take my money. I want whatever course she has. I want to work with her. I can't find it anywhere. I gave up and just started watching someone else. It was so frustrating for me because as a creator, what we don't understand is that our consumer is obsessed with our stellar content. They want to invest with us. We think it's weird. We think we shouldn't sell. We think that no one wants what we have to offer. We are absolutely wrong in that assumption. I want what I want when I want it, and I need to know where it is. So stop making it so hard for your people to spend money with you. And then that last piece on offer confusion, this is another reason you may not be scaling. It's because your offer's wrong. You have the wrong positioning, you have the wrong verbiage, you have the wrong solution that you think that they need. And that definitely takes a lot of market research, and it takes some coaching through usually with a coach or a course or some type of program to help you really dig in and understand what your people want. Here's a tip where you can start is, again, having these conversations with your listeners and your ideal avatar to ask them, what do you need from me? What would you want to purchase from me as our next step together? They'll tell you. Back when I started my podcast in 2018, I just started saying, do you need help? Like, let me know and I'll do a coaching call with you. I didn't know what I was going to coach on. I had no idea what my business was going to be. And people started booking calls with me, asking me, what is my business? Help me get clarity on what my actual business is going to be, my niche. And so I started doing what they coined as clarity coaching. My ideal avatar named my own coaching offer. Crazy. I started airing these coaching calls on my podcast, blew up to a 6-figure coaching business, multi-6-figure, from $80 to $800 in 24 months or less. It was insanity, all because my offer was clear. There was no buyer confusion, and I was unapologetic about selling and sales. Why? Because they wanted it anyway. Why would I not tell them what that next step was with me? So there you have it. I hope that this video helped you, encouraged you, inspired you to really dive in and dig into how to scale your company. If you need some help, hi, I'm a business and podcast coach, and I want to work with you. I want you to go to stephaniegass.com/school to check out all the ways we can work together, specifically my group coaching program. It's called Podcast to Profit, where I sit with you, and my incredible team of coaches will sit with you for 6 months and go through your business, go through your offer, get coaching with you, all with a Christ-centered foundation. And I just can't wait to help you have a business that feels so sustainable, that's providing consistent income for you, and that is glorifying to God. So for more information on all of those, head to stephaniegass.com/school. See you next week. Hey, thanks so much for checking out this video. I hope that it helped you, encouraged you, blessed you, and helped you in some way. If so, be sure to subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss any of our videos. Be sure to share this video with a friend who might be looking for some encouragement in their business, life, or their faith walk. And lastly, please, please come and check out the podcast, where we have so many hundreds of episodes to support you in your growth journey as an online entrepreneur. And that can be found at Online Business for Christian Women. And don't forget about all the ways that we can help you grow for free by checking out the free workshops, freeclarityworkshop.com and podcastforgrowth.com, and the ways that we can work together at stephaniegass.com/school. I will see you again next week. Thanks for being here, and God bless.